Fighting Falcons Talk, Episode 8 of Season 3. Sorry I'm getting up this vlog late, but I was gone this weekend, so I really wasn't able to keep track of everything. But I heard that we did really good on a road trip in New York and Pennsylvania this week. We picked up 2 of the 3 wins, which is really good because we are now within like 6 or 8 points of 4th place, I think, and then 19 points out of 1st. But the game on January 31st, that Thursday against Johnstown Tomahawks, we ended up losing 3-2. The first 3 goals were scored by Johnstown, the first being from Nelson, the second being from Baker, both in the first period, and the third goal was scored by Reynolds in the second. The first Fighting Falcons goal was scored by Udovich, assisted by Abbott and Badalamenti on the power play at 11:19 of the second period. And our second and final goal of the game was scored by Horn, assisted by Bruce and Nick, also on the power play at 17:58 of the second. Port Huron got a good 26 shots off, but Johnstown got 38. Blankenberg saved 35 of the 38 shots he faced in the 59-01 that he played in the game. In the second game on February 1st, that Friday, we won against Johnstown in the rematch, 5-4. The first goal was scored 12:17 into the first by Johnstown from Reynolds. The second goal scored by Port Huron to tie the score up at 1 was scored 17:45 into the first, scored by DeAndre, assisted by DeRosa and Miller. Johnstown then went up 2-1 at 2:06 of the second off a goal from Wright. Then they would go up 3-1 off a goal from Geiling 6:20 into the second. At 8:33 of the second, we would then come within a goal off a goal by DeRosa, assisted by Abbott and DeAndre. And we would tie the game at 3 apiece at 10:30 of the second off a goal from Powers, assisted by Yim and Parentino. We would then take the lead 4-3 at 15:03 of the second off a goal from DeRosa, assisted by DeAndre and Horn. We would go up 5-3 1:49 into the third, off a goal from Yim, assisted by Portantino and Powers, and then the final goal of the game, 18:58 into the third, was scored by Johnstown from a goal off Conti. Port Huron got 30 shots in the game, and Johnstown got 33 out. Middlesex took the win while playing 59-57 of the game and stopping 29 of the 33 shots he faced. DeRosa would end up going to get the first star of the game, while Brown would end up getting the second star of the game. And the third game of the weekend for us came on February 2nd, Saturday. We ended up winning against Jamestown Ironmen 4-2. All these games, by the way, were on the road. We would get on the board first. 2:38 into the first, off a goal from Plagman, assisted by Kabaka and Aluya. 8:24 into the second period, Plagman would get his second goal of the game and the team's second, assisted by Maloney and Aluya. Jamestown would then get on the board to come within one. 12:02 into the second, off a goal from Pavic. And then we would then pull to 3-1, 3:09 into the third, off a goal from DePaul, assisted by Horn and Udovich. The Jamestown final goal came at 18:18 of the third, off a goal from Curtis, and then the final goal of the game to make the score 4-2 came from a goal from DeRosa, assisted by Miller and Abbott. Port Huron got 34 shots off in the game, while Jamestown got 33. Middlesex would take the win, playing all 60 minutes, stopping 31 of the 33 shots he faced. Plagman would get the first star of the game. And now, here is around the league scoreboard. Back on January 27th, Fairbanks beat Fresno 3-2 in overtime. On the 31st of January, the Sioux Eagles would beat the Jamestown Ironmen 3-2 in a shootout. The Wichita Falls Wildcats would beat the Odessa Jackalopes 6-2. The Wenatchee Wild would beat the Fairbanks Ice Dogs 2-1. And on February 1st, the Sioux Eagles would beat Jamestown Ironmen 5-1. The Kenai River Brown Bears beat the Fresno Monsters 6-1. The Texas Tornado lost to the Amarillo Bulls 5-1. The Michigan Warriors beat the Springfield Junior Blues 4-2. The Brookings Blizzard beat the Austin Bruins 4-3. The Odessa Jackalopes lost to the Wichita Falls Wildcats 5-4. The Topeka Roadrunners would lose to the Corpus Christi Ice Rays 3-2 in a shootout. The Bismarck Bobcats would beat the Minot Minotaurs 2-1 in overtime. The Aberdeen Wings would beat the Coleration Shill 6-5, and the Wenatchee Wild beat the Fairbanks Ice Dogs 4-1. On the 2nd, the Sioux Eagles beat the Johnstown Tomahawks 5-4. The Kenny River Brown Bears beat the Fresno Monsters 3-2. The Amarillo Bulls beat the Texas Tornado 2-1. The Austin Bruins beat the Brookings Blizzard 2-1 in a shootout. The Michigan Warriors beat the Springfield Junior Blues 3-0. The Wichita Falls Wildcats beat the Odessa Jackalopes 4-3 in a shootout. The Topeka Roadrunners beat the Corpus Christi Ice Rays 3-1. The Wenatchee Wild beat the Fairbanks Ice Dogs 4-3 in a shootout. And the Aberdeen Wings beat the Coalition Chill 5-3. And the standings are as follows. In the Central Division, clinching the first playoff spot of the whole league. And first, the Austin Bruins are in first with 32 wins, 7 losses, and 5 overtime losses, and 69 points. And second, Bismarck Bobcats are with a record of 25 wins, 14 losses, and 3 overtime losses, and 53 points. And third, Brookings Blizzard with a record of 24 wins, 15 losses, and 3 overtime losses, and 51 points. And fourth, Minot Minot Horses with a record of 21 wins, 18 losses, and 4 overtime losses, 46 points. And fifth, Coal Region Chill with a record of 11 wins, 27 losses, and 5 overtime losses, and 27 points. And in sixth, last, the Aberdeen Wings with a record of 10 wins, 26 losses, and 6 overtime losses, 26 points. In the North Division, the Sioux Eagles are in first with a record of 30 wins, 10 losses, and 4 overtime losses with 64 points. And second, Jamestown with a record of 27 wins, 13 losses, and 4 overtime losses, 58 points. And third, Kalamazoo Junior K-Wings with a record of 27 wins, 13 losses, 4 overtime losses with 58 points. And fourth, Johnstown with a record of 21 wins, 16 losses, and 9 overtime losses, 51 points. And fifth, our boys with a current winning streak of 2 are in fifth with a record of 21 wins, 22 losses, and 3 overtime losses, and 45 points. And sixth is Springfield with a record of 19 wins, 24 losses, and 3 overtime losses, and 41 points. And seventh is Janesville with a record of 16 wins, 19 losses, and 8 overtime losses, 40 points. And in last, eighth, Michigan with a record of 16 wins, 21 losses, and 6 overtime losses with 38 points. And the South Division, in first is Amarillo with a record of 31 wins, 5 losses, and 6 overtime losses, 68 points. And second is the Texas Tornado with a record of 32 wins, 12 losses, and 1 overtime loss with 65 points. And third is Topeka Roadrunners with a record of 26 wins, 11 losses, and 6 overtime losses with 58 points. And fourth is Corpus Christi Ice Rays with a record of 18 wins, 20 losses, and 6 overtime losses with 42 points. And fifth is Wichita Falls Wildcats with 18 wins, 22 losses, and 3 overtime losses. And sixth is Odessa with 6 wins, 34 losses, and 3 overtime losses, and 15 points. In the West Division, all 4 of these teams have clinched playoff berths. And first is Wenatchee Wild with 31 wins, 7 overtime losses, 31 wins, 7 losses, and 4 overtime losses with 66 points. And second is Fairbanks Ice Dogs with 29 wins, 13 losses, and 2 overtime losses with 60 points. And third is Kenny River Brown Bears with 19 wins, 19 losses, and 6 overtime losses with 44 points. And in fourth, Fresno Monsters with 12 wins, 24 losses, and 6 overtime losses, and 30 points. And now, next week's episode 9, will include the February 9th game, where Port Huron travels to Flint to play the Michigan Warriors. Also, Port Huron Patriots won this past Saturday by a score of 34 points to 10 points. They are doing good. They start their regular season schedule out on February 9th when the Detroit Thunder will be visiting McMorran once again to play our hometown boys, the Port Huron Patriots. Please go out. Please support our teams. Also, the Port Huron Lady Patriots flag football team will be playing before that game too. Check them out. I heard they're really getting along well. Their team is really good. And also, I've been seeing some controversy between the owners and his fans. Please, there's been some statements said that I believe some people wouldn't have said if they weren't mad. Just remember that if you are a loyal fan, like said on the Falcons Nation group, you will endure the hardships and go through the pains with the team if you are a loyal fan. Also, before I sign off, there was, back on February 1st, there was a story reported there was a 300-car pileup on I-75 near Detroit. Also, there was a 70-car pileup on I-70 north around Indianapolis. A total of 3 people have died. 2 kids, ages 4 and 7, I believe, and a 52-year-old have died, with 20 injured so far confirmed in these 2 separate pileups. Please, if you are gonna drive in blizzardy conditions, please drive safe and do not harm anybody else. Do not get in any dangers which would cause to these kind of pileups. Let's please take a second though to mourn these 3 losses and hope that these 20 other people will survive their injuries. Thank you, Falconites. See you next week on Fighting Falcons Talk. I am your host, Fight Figure.
I belong to Hockey Town. It's a place where dreams are found. We fought so many battles here, and we're the ones that they will fear. The club resides within our town. We won't stop, no letting down. The cup is ours, we're all to drink. It's our town, let's rock this ring. Hey, Hockey Town. Not alone, just look around. Hey, Hockey Town. Let's hear the sound. Wheels on us at every turn. The buckets drop, the fever burns. Flesh speeds, a brilliant daring. Their lights flash, the horns are blaring. Hockey Town, our hunger's fed. By our men in white and red. They dazzle us before our eyes. On Stanley's Cup, we have the prize. Hey, Hockey Town. Not alone, just look around.